Wow, okay, turn to the side. This is what I look like from the side. My hair. Look at that, I did like a fake. Hi. Today I'm doing a huge Q&A, so make sure you stick around and like skip through the video to see if I answer your question. I'm answering like 200 questions today in this video. So the questions are actually coming from Nikocado 3, because I made a video. If you haven't seen it, go see it. I talk about my face, I talk about my body, the differences in my face and all that type of stuff. And I asked people to leave questions under that video, so I know what people want to know. So that's what I'm doing today. Look at my face now compared to like 10 years ago. Does it look like it's been 10 years? And would you ever imagine? I just woke up, I'm a little puffy, which, you know, I don't have to justify anything. I'm actually still in pain from the facelift, but it's normal. People, I was reading on forums, some people have like discomfort for like up to half a year to a whole year. So it takes a whole year for the deep tissues to heal. So I don't know, it kind of hurts. But I'm still in my compression suit because, as you guys know, we're recovering from everything. And if you don't know, and you just like, oh my God, Nikocado posted, it's been 5 years or whatever. Yeah, I had a lot of work done. So I'm in a compression suit because I had, well, I'm not gonna go into this video, so just go watch all my other videos on my main channel, Nikocado Avocado. I talk about all the procedures I had done, and we're gonna do like the whole thing. And I have some potatoes. I thought about having pumpkin, but that probably wasn't my thing. But I have potatoes, click the link below and get yourself a cameo where I'll make a special video just for you. Treat yourself or surprise someone else. It makes a great gift. Link below. Corn. I have bell peppers, and we have lobster tails. We have jumbo shrimp, mussels, and we have sea scallops. I'm so excited. Especially when I was really overweight, I did not like to eat seafood because it was too healthy. Like, I just didn't feel, like I just wanted the fried, oily, fatty stuff, you know? And like seafood's so clean, it's just protein, so it's just like, ugh, but now, I mean, I love seafood. I feel like I should make a whole seafood boil channel. I eat seafood all the time. But I was, well, okay. So we're gonna make this a recipe video so you can see exactly how I cook it. It's so easy. You basically just steam it or boil it, and that's really all to it. But I'm gonna take you to the kitchen, and I'm just gonna show you how to boil this. But yeah, same room, same backup, same backdrop, same setup. Am I slurring my speech? Yeah, I just woke up. So I'm so excited to answer your questions. Actually, while the things are boiling and steaming, I'm gonna be going through my phone trying to screenshot my favorite questions. I'm not gonna answer all 1,000 questions from the Nikocado 3 channel, but I'm gonna be pulling questions from there because it's where I told people to do it. And I have to make this quick because I actually have to go somewhere. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin the show. And honestly, this is a women's compression suit, so that's why it comes down and there's like these extra fabrics up in here. So. But they don't have 3/4 lengths arms and legs, because my legs are here too. For men, they don't. I looked it up, so I'm still wearing this thing. And it's like a little uncomfortable because since it is for females, it's too tight around the knee and too tight around the arm, and they go numb. Sometimes I have to constantly pull them to kind of open it up. And then it's very loose up here. This is fine. I think I have a woman's waist now, especially if I turn it to the side. I don't know if you can. Do I look like a woman? Thank you to today's sponsor, Cupert. Cupert is a free extension for your computer that helps you save money while you're shopping online. And you can use it with things like Google Chrome, Edge, Opera, Firefox, Safari. You can also use it on the app. Cupert actually has like 8 million active users and serves 200,000 stores globally. So you know it's trustworthy and totally legitimate. To use Cupert, it's actually super easy. All you gotta do is download and install the extension, register an account, and then you start browsing for the items you wanna buy. And then Cupert will automatically find and apply the best coupons available so that you always get the best deals. You just have to click the Cupert extension button before checking out, and then the best coupon will automatically be applied. Activate the Cupert cashback feature before completing your purchase, and then they'll return a portion of the commission to your account. Then you can withdraw that cash through PayPal or gift cards or bank cards. Cupert also has an awesome price comparison service, so when you're shopping for products on places like Amazon or Walmart, Cupert shows the price from all of the other retailers. It will help you know which one is the best to buy. So click the link down below in the description to download the Cupert extension for free so that you can get the best deals and avoid having to pay full price in today's economy. Here we are in my kitchen, so hopefully you can hear me. It's a little echoey, but I'm going to show you everything that we're going to be making. I have my pot over here for boiling everything. or steaming. We have jumbo, big, fat lobster tails. And I'll show you how much these were. Guess right now. All right, can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? These were basically $100 for 4 lobster tails. I got these from Costco. Is that a good deal or bad deal? It might depend, you know, it depends where you guys live. But these were 4 for $100. Over here, I have some jumbo shrimp. These come from Aldi, and I think these were like $10 or something like that. This is like a $200 meal. Sea scallops. Oh gosh, I love sea scallops so much. And then we have some, I'm not gonna have all of this, but this is mussels. These cost $15. Can you guys see? $15, yeah. I love mussels so much. I actually like them more than clams. I like that like gunky flavor, delicious. And then I have some corn, which I also got from Costco. Costco was probably most of these things. Costco and Aldi. This is Aldi butter. I like Kirkland butter. I mean, it's whatever, but it's just such a ginormous amount. I don't eat that much butter. I like butter, but so I just go to Aldi where it's almost the same price, but you don't have to buy a ginormous portion. And these are lemons. I usually get lemons from a regular grocery store, but I didn't feel like making a separate trip, and I haven't been having lemons that lately. I do eat like, okay, try. I'm not justifying anything, I'm just saying like what I did. So that's from Costco, and then I have some red bell peppers to give it some crunch, and then we're gonna make the sauce. And then in here I have, you know what's really funny? I still have Belove's sauce that she gave me. Look at my face, it's so puffy. I had a lot of sodium yesterday. She gave this to me when she was designing. I mean, I should actually never, this might be worth something one day. She gave this to me when she was designing it. I went to her house, and this was like one of the samples when she was trying to like assemble the flavor profile. This is from 2018 to 2019. Yeah, I still have it. I'm not gonna use it. But I do have like the regular, but I might honestly just make my own thing. We have cayenne pepper, I have paprika, I love red peppers. I'll just come up, it doesn't have to be. I also don't want it to be that salty. Like it's delicious, but it's very salty. And I have a water retaining issue. Like how did the It's Just Water Weight thing ever come to be? It's because I was constantly joking to my viewers. This is before the weight gain journey. I was like, you guys, I'll be like 10 pounds, 15 pounds apart from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. Because I'll wake up and this will be like, it won't even be like a huge belly. It'll just be like my fingers, my face, and I would be like, it's just water weight. For everyone saying you're getting fat, you're getting swollen, you're chubby. I'm like, it's just water weight. I probably have damaged kidneys. I don't even know. I mean, some people just hold on to water more easily than others. I've always been one of those people. I mean, I'm still 15 pounds or maybe 10 pounds at least swollen from my surgeries, and I had those months ago. So I might be swollen for half a year. So anyways, that's why I'm wearing this compression suit. All right, let's get to boiling. So this is very easy. It's so easy. And you guys know I hate cooking with a passion. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. So if I can do it, you can do it. So this recipe is literally for dummies. Let's see how much, okay, yeah. So we're gonna put water at the bottom of this. Should I just leave you here and talk now? This is probably what not. Oh, that's already. Okay, we're gonna fill this up with water. More with water. I haven't. Okay. Oh my god. I try to figure this out. I'm like, yes, I own this thing, but I also don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what I'm doing. Okay, this looks basically, I know they call it seafood boil, but it really should be called a seafood steamed. So this is how this works. The water sits at the bottom. This has a bunch of little holes. You can see I burnt it. And then you put so it just steams. It's not soaking in water. That's technically what you want to do. So I did a little too much water. We're just gonna pour a little bit out. I mean, a lot of it's gonna start evaporating immediately anyway. What should we put at the bottom? Probably these. I also have this one that can go at the top if you want things to be separate. So this goes at the top, so it's like 2 layered. So let's do these lobsters first. Now These are sprayed with sulfur as a, ooh, they're so pretty though. Oh, little lobster though. These are sprayed with sulfur to preserve them or to keep them fresh. And I am allergic to sulfur. And so I swell. I'm over here talking about water weight. Yeah. Oh, they're so pretty. So I have a water weight issue already, and so, but it's not even, I don't even care about the swelling. The thing about my sulfur allergy is that it physically hurts, and it's hard to breathe, and I have pain. So what I'm only saying this because I'm just gonna rinse the lobster and see if I can get some of that stuff off. I don't know if it's like possible. It might be like soaked deep down in there, but you never know. Maybe there's even something else I could do, something like baking soda, something a little more abrasive, just to really get off. And don't say, oh, you're washing off your nutrients. No, I'm not. Your nutrients are like in the actual meat. It's not like, these are not super fatty. I mean, this is not like a fatty fish where all the great oils are coming out. This is just a lobster. It's just protein. So, just want to really rinse that well. I'm gonna do the other one. I don't know if this is the thing you're supposed to do, but this is what I'm doing. Okay? Really get in there. The fish. The fishes. Okay, that was probably maybe more than I need. So those are rinsed. I could just set them here at the top. I'm not sure. Let's see what else we need to do. We need to do some mussels. Now I'm very excited for mussels. I love mussels so much. Get these out the way. Trying to think, since these are, maybe these can go on the bottom. How many mussels do I want to do? I don't know. But just like, I should have a bowl for rinsing actually. Take a bowl. I'm just gonna put some of these mussels in a bowl. Like an ASMR over here. Look at the veins and the bones in my hand. Look at the bones and the veins. Oh, sorry. I just like being so skinny. It just feels so good, you guys. Oh, you guys don't even know. I love being skinny. And this is what you have to eat if you want to be skinny. How long should you steam lobster tails for? Question mark. This is what I do because I hate typing. 5 to 8 minutes depending on the size and how you prepare them. Small to medium, meaning about 6 to 8, and where large tails, these are definitely large, 8 to 12 minutes. It's crucial to check. You don't want to overcook, which could result in dry, tough meat. Okay, that's number one. So it's a good thing that these are in different little levels, you know, so I'll yank them out. We'll put on a timer. So lobsters, let's do 8 to 10 minutes. How long should you steam mussels for? Question mark. This is what I do. 3 to 7 minutes. You should wait until their shells open widely. Check for doneness. Overcooked mussels can result in extra chewy and off flavors. Okay, so what would this say? I need to screenshot these. So 3 to 7. So basically gonna wait. These should definitely be at the top then, these mussels. Because I want to be able to lift them out when they're ready. How long should you steam jumbo shrimp for? Question mark. 4 to 7 minutes for 1 to 2 pounds of shrimp. Immediately remove. You don't want to overcook. Okay, all these overcooking things. We are going to And you know what? Just like I did with the mussels over here. So these are gonna go together since they can be around the same time. The lobster needs a little bit more. And what else could be a little bit more? Maybe the corn. The corn can go down to the bottom with the lobster because it needs more time. So we are going to now, do I want to do all these shrimps? How hungry am I? I mean, this whole bag's only 300 calories. I eat probably at least 2,500 calories a day, almost close to 3,000. It really depends on how much fruit I'm eating. And it feels so good to be able to do light exercises again, but I really do miss working out. But my metabolism is at a healthy level. You really shouldn't be eating less than 2,500 calories for a grown human being, right? You know, it's just, well, it depends on what you're eating, I guess. And also what you're trying to achieve, but I'm not gonna preach about diet. Nope. All right, so taking this out, just rinsing off any type of sulfur or whatever they might spray these things with. Oh, they look so nice, and they're already like veined. So these are gonna go up here with the mussels, since they need around the same amount of time. Can they be over top of each other like this, or is that not good? We will find out. I decided since a lot of this stuff needs different times, what I'm gonna do is just do these first and then keep them warm. So this is boiling and ready. We're just gonna set this right in here. So what happened was this was on level 10 and it was boiling so like violently that it came up very high, and the lobsters were getting soaked with actual water because the water was bubbling up. So I put it down to level 8, so it's still technically boiling. It's gonna steam, but the thing is I don't want the water to get over the lobsters because I read on Google that lobster that's steamed tends to be a little mild, more tender and sweeter in the flavor, whereas if you boil it, it can not taste as good. It'll just be done faster. So we're gonna take our time because I'm over here chopping my onion. I want it to be in big pieces because I like onion. Don't make fun of me, but I like to eat onion like this, like a big chunk dipped in butter or something. So I'm keeping big onions. We're gonna do these in different stages. What I have is a second pot over here. This is gonna be for the corn. Shout out to B Loves Life. If you guys think we should collab again, let me know. It'd be really fun. Look how nice everything is steaming. Oh my goodness. Kind of just checking for doneness. If they're popped open, they're coming off. This popped open. It's because it was exactly 9 minutes. And yeah, the shrimps look good. Oh yes. The butter sauce, the corn's over there. The scallops and onions are done. This looks amazing. Here's the butter, slowly melting. I have 2 sticks in there. I'm not gonna eat all 2 sticks, it's just for a dip. You can see I spilled a little bit down here, some of the flavorings. This dehydrated chili from Thailand. It's super spicy, and the whole peppers are actually in there. I can show you. So this is gonna be maybe a little too spicy. Ta-da! Look at my huge seafood boil. This is actually maybe too much food. To be honest, I never even eat this much normally, so, and I know it's a mukbang, I want to be all special, but wow. I don't even have room for my spicy butter. And this is 2 sticks, can you believe it? I used to do a bowl bigger. I used to do 6 sticks of butter back in the day when I was really trying to be as fat as possible. So I'm just gonna have to like, I don't even know, put this here for now. So I know this is a Q&A, but I want to just get into eating while everything's hot. I have some kimchi over here. I have some kombucha over here just to help with digestion and stuff. Should I wear a hat for this? I also have my lemons, like nothing even fits. I have my scissors. Let's just get into this. The first thing I'm gonna do, let's do the lobster tail, because this was sitting out for like 6 minutes. You can still, it's still steaming. That's the thing when you boil, things stay hot. So, oh my gosh, my first lobster tail in forever. On YouTube, at least. Okay. So what you do is cut down the middle. And you open it up. How am I gonna do this? That's not cooked. That's not, I mean, part of it's cooked, but the inside is still translucent. Yes or no, chat? Is that cooked? Yes or no? Comment down below. We're just gonna cut down the tail right here. Wouldn't it be Nikocado if he messed up a recipe? People are like, why don't you start a cooking channel? Show us all your healthy recipes. Yeah, this is why. It's a pain in the mother effing beep. I mean, yeah, that's translucent. Part of it's cooked. All right, these are gonna have to go back. You know, some people actually split them. Yeah, we're gonna cook those more. Is it okay to have spicy buttery corn? Click the link below and get yourself a cameo where I'll make a special video just for you. Treat yourself or surprise someone else. It makes a great gift. Link below. First, can I F this up? Oh my God. That's so spicy. That is the spiciest butter sauce I've ever made. Tastes good though. Now this is something I personally like to do. I like to have steamed onion. I don't think I could have, you know, effed up the shrimp, right? That is spicy. It's burning my face. Okay, let's get this shrimp here. So how are you? Now that I messed up my lobsters, wow, $100. Please help me, I'm poor. And I love mussels. That is some spicy butter sauce. She's scallop. That is spicy butter. I'm gonna try it as it is. I love the natural flavor of these. Ah, so good. So I'm just gonna squeeze some lemon juice. Oh my God, it's actually all really tasty. I'll put some more beautiful lemons so you guys can see. Oh, these are two. What? How is that possible? How is it possible to have two? Maybe I must have added one. No, that's stuck. Yeah, that one must have been, this one's stuck in here. To the butter. Spicy, spicy. Whew. I'm really sad about my lobster. It's okay, I'm gonna go steam it more. I've seen some people that chop them in half first, before they steam them. They first chop in half, then steam. You know, that makes sense. Okay, this kombucha comes from Costco. It's a little spicy because it's ginger. And it's actually probably very spicy for a lot of people. Now that I have my blood sugar under control. Remember I used to shake? I don't shake anymore. Got that blood sugar under control. Some people like eating shrimp skin. Some people actually eat the shells. Some people eat the heads. I wish I didn't make the sauce too spicy. Like, it is spicy. It's very spicy. Some people like slurp their butter sauce. That's just so many calories. I'm a little sad about my lobster. There we go. Nice. So this is my huge Q&A. Don't worry, I'll get to some questions. I now realize seafood and messy finger food and touching a cell phone to read questions don't go together. I don't even think anyone cares what questions I have to answer anyway. The majority of my audience, on YouTube at least, they're here to see me eat. They're not really here to hear me yap about, you know, what are you going to do? Where do you want to travel? What do you want to go see? Ooh, what's your next mukbang? Like, no one cares. People want to see me eat. And talk about whatever comes to mind. Ooh. It's good, but ooh, is that spicy? Ooh. And we have more spice. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh. What's my favorite thing? Probably these scallops. I love scallops. Just as they are. I like them in spicy butter. Take a look. That's all the spice. Second favorite has to be steamed onion. Third favorite is probably these. Honestly, it doesn't need more butter. I love mussels. And they're so pretty too. Look at me. Nothing spilled on me except for one piece of corn. Wow. Clean. I need to work on this fade. It looks like I'm having little horns coming on the side of my head again. See that? Ooh, why am I getting full? There's just not even that much food. I didn't even eat the lobsters. That was the most expensive part. It was so funny. I could have cooked that longer. And I did 12 minutes. There's people doing 6 minutes. How do they cook? I mean, it doesn't say to chop it open first. I effing hate cooking. Because it takes, I mean, you do, I was in there for an hour. An hour. And I boiled the water. I got all the pots. I prepared. I read. I thawed. I this. I that. I this. And it takes one little step to miscalculate or error, and it ruins the food. It's like it was all for nothing. Hate cooking. You guys want to know what I ate to lose my weight? Knowing that I hate cooking, I don't think anyone would be surprised. They'd be like, oh, that makes so much sense for you. Oh my god. Hate cooking. I just hate it. Mmm. Clean the dishes. That's good job, Nick. Wow. So the best way to take off shrimp, I've read, well, in my experience, you kind of pinch the tail and then you pull, and sometimes it slides out, sometimes it depends how hot it is. These are like lukewarm now. The butter's so hot, which is why it's all melty. This is actually really delicious. If it wasn't for the lobster, this is perfect. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right. Chunks of sweet onion. You know, shrimp is kind of interesting because if you get it while it's hot, I think the skin comes off a lot quicker. However, then you're burning your fingers. So it's kind of annoying no matter how you see it. I don't even need the kimchi. I love the fact that my hair is coming back. I was so sad. I was so effing sad. That was what was the worst part about losing weight? Losing my hair. No, the worst part was the loose skin. That was the worst. Second worst was the hair. But we got the loose skin fixed. And we got the hair almost fixed. It's only been 3 months. They say wait 6 months to see. Sometimes a year. But I already notice a difference. With the thickness. See? And it's dark. My hair turned blonde. Not just me. Most people lose. And no, I'm not talking like, oh, I lost 20 pounds, my hair came out. I'm talking about 200 pounds, 300 pounds. I asked people who lost 300 pounds. Most likely their hair went real flat. The body doesn't, I don't know. Hi, you are at the end of my video. I just shaved. I shaved off all the hair. So if you guys want to take a look at, I'm only saying this because I've seen a lot of comments. I was collecting comments to do my Q&A. I was going to do it while eating the seafood, but my hands were too messy. And there were so many people that were like, I love the beard. It's so nice. It's fire. And there were people who were like, horrible, shave the beard. It looks ugly. It looks gross. Or you look old. And some people were like, no, you look younger. When you're shaven, you actually look older. So I don't know how to please people. I mean, and at the end of the day, I should please myself, but I don't even know what I like. So this is what I look like from, now I didn't cut my hair or anything. Like the hair is still, all I did was shave for this. It's only been like 4 hours. So this is what I look like from the side. Yay. Do you remember I used to have a sloped neck? It feels so good to like not have that sloped neck anymore. Thanks, Dr. Tally. Love my facelift. If anyone wants a facelift, he's the only person I would ever recommend. With no implant. But yeah, this is what I look like when I shave the beard, but it seems like people are mixed in the comments, which you'll find out when I pull up these questions. So I've been screenshotting a lot of different questions. And yeah, so let's just get into it. I'm going to try not to like drag this on too much, because I want to try to get to as many as I can, but I also don't want to make the video over an hour. It's already long enough. We're at 30 minutes right now. So here we go. Brooklyn Rhodes says, rate 1 to 10, how much do you think you've healed from the surgeries? I would probably say maybe 10. Because here's what I can say for sure. My healing might be slightly slowed at this point because I'm so backed up. I did the facelift, the neck lift, the lower facelift, and then I did I did 8 surgeries in total. The body lift, the arm lift, the torso lift, the leg lift, the liposuction, and everything. And I'm definitely, like right now as I sit here, my face hurts. My face hurts. And it's been since December. January, February, March, April. It's been 4 months, you know. But when I look online, this is pretty normal for facelifts. A lot of people, they say that they're going to be swollen and in pain for a very long time. So this just might be how it goes. So I'd probably say 7. I definitely have a long way to go. I'm still very swollen in my face and in my midsection, and my legs are swollen, even though they look so skinny, but they are swollen. Like right here, especially right here, this is swollen. And sometimes I wake up and my calves are swollen, and this thing bunches up and it starts like cutting off the circulation, and then this gets really swollen. This calf gets swollen. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I am wearing a women's compression suit because I couldn't find one for men that was three-quarter lengths or whatever you call it, because it needs to go over the knee, but since this is for women, it cuts my circulation because women have different body forms, but whatever. I'd probably say 7 out of 10. Okay, next. This person says, would you still play violin on your channels because you play so beautifully? I love it. Would you make a separate channel for your violin? Thank you. I love playing violin, but no, I would not, because I make no money. You know, just, you know, like in life, you know, you make decisions based on if it's worth your time, or, you know, you put X amount of time into something, you expect a return. That's how life goes, whether you're bargaining stuff, whether you're earning cash. When I played violin on YouTube, my videos were always demonetized, or they were monetized, but all of the revenue would be sent to the copyright owners of the songs I played. Which I understand, you know, it's to protect the artists, but then it makes people, you know, for like me, like if I want to just do covers, it's just charity work at this point, and it takes a long time. I mean, if you just search Nikocado Pirates of the Caribbean, Nikocado Lady Gaga, or Nikocado Britney Spears, oops, I did it again. I have so many arrangements that I composed myself. I mean, I didn't write the songs, but I just, you know, played around with it. But they took weeks, you know, to sit and think of it and write it and test it, practice it, learn it, record it, re-record it, do, you know, tweaks, play at the sound levels, edit it, get it up. Like, we're talking about weeks. When I did a Game of Thrones video, just type in Nikocado Game of Thrones. You can see the song that I wrote. That took so long, and I earned $0 for it. So unless I write the music myself, like I did the 2 steps ahead, which I'm not very good at. I mean, that was a very kind of simple song. It's just repetitive and whatever, but it's hard. It takes time, and it's just, yeah. So no. Nikocado, what's your ethnicity? All right, my ethnicity is Ukrainian, 100%. I was adopted when I was a kid, and I don't know my birth parents. It's a closed adoption. I'm not sure really anything about where I come from. I did a 23andMe test a long time ago, and it said 99% Slavic, like David Dobrik. Is he Slavic? So he and I are like cousins. I don't know. Yeah, I come from that part of the world, Slavic, and you know, that still doesn't really mean much. I mean, it could be Russian, could be, you know, the Balkans. Well, Balkans is different, but still, it's just like I don't really know. And every time I look at Ukrainian people, I'm like, they don't look like me. It's a lot of them are blonde hair, blue eyes. I don't even look Ukrainian. I look like something else. So I don't know, but that's what I am, apparently. This person says, futuristic teal, why do you look like Andrew? So maybe I'm related to Andrew Teal, who's British. Apparently I look like him when he was thinner. He and I have a lot of similarities in our face. Maybe that I cut my hair short, and he's balding, and I'm balding. Mine came from the weight loss. Let's hope I'm not really bald. Actually, according to my 23andMe test, it says that I don't carry the gene to be most likely receding my hair. Like, I'm supposed to carry this hair to the day I die. But that's not assuming that I have to lose 250 pounds and put all that stress on my body where all the hair came out. So now that I've like plateaued my weight, and also surgeries make your hair come out too. I really struggle with my hair. I've been going through plastic surgery for 4 months in a row after doing, you know, 2.5 years of weight loss and maintaining it. My hair is just like, what? So I am on medication, finasteride, minoxidil, and it already looks better than just like 5 months ago before I started my facelift. Anyways, Andrew, I guess we're really done. I don't know. So, Drake Nulla, did you know juice cleanse is bad for the liver? It contains too much fructose. Only the liver can handle fructose and get overload. Depends on what juice you're drinking. Yeah, I know that, but it really depends what type of juice you're drinking. Okay. This comes from Click the link below and get yourself a cameo where I'll make a special video just for you. Treat yourself or surprise someone else. It makes a great gift. Link below. AI, how many people recognize you when you go out on your daily walk? A lot of people, and also not a lot of people. It really depends. I mean, all my friends that live in the area know, and I also I like to go just, you know, around the building and stuff, and, you know, people say hi, and people do take photos here and there, and so, especially when I was trying to I wanted to hide the weight loss. I mean, usually I would just wear a hat and sunglasses and stuff, and people wouldn't know because they just imagine Nikocado fat. But every once in a while, people did say, "Wow, you're Nikocado," and they would get photos. And I would ask them. I remember thinking to this one girl, I'm like, "Please, can you please not post that right now? I'm just, you know, I'm working with, you know, my doctor. I'm trying to take care of my health. I don't really want this." And she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I totally get it." And luckily, no one leaked it. Emily Mackey, did you have any numbness from surgeries? Is there any part of your body that doesn't have a lot of feeling in them now? I love you so much, huge fan. Been watching you for 7 years. Wow. Yeah, so I cannot feel from the belly button down to the groin. This whole area is completely numb. It has been numb, and from my research, and even from Dr. Katzen, it's probably going to be numb forever. He says that's the last part that might not get full. I do feel all of this, and I'm starting to get more feeling. Like before, I couldn't even feel this at all. Now I can. It is starting to come back. I'd say under my arms, I barely feel this. I really barely feel this. Yeah. Oh, and my lower back where the lipo was, I don't really feel that at all either. So there's a lot of numbness. On my face, I can feel it all, but it hurts. And then, like right here there's not much feeling. But when I do get to a point that has feeling, it hurts. It's just the nerves kind of like not knowing what to do. So hopefully that answers your question. This comes from Eli the Cool Kid Gaming. I have a question. Do you have any tips about losing weight when you're going to make okay, I've seen a lot of questions about that, and I wasn't sure because I don't want to be preachy. I don't want to tell people what to do. I don't want people necessarily to do what I did. I really don't. Okay, you have to remember, I came from a past where I started YouTube as a vegan creator, and I was pretty darn preachy. I really wanted everyone to do it because of the whole lifestyle component that went with it. It wasn't just the diet. It was your diet is helping the whole world. At least that's how I saw it. or that's how it's kind of taught to you when you learn stuff about vegans. You think what you're doing is superior because it's going to make the environment better, it's going to make people better, it's going to make war go away, and all the animals are going to hold hands, and everyone's going to be free and equal. And yeah, no. So I went down that route of, and I'm very nervous to really even, because I don't want people to think I'm preaching. Okay, and I'm not even saying I did that. I'm just saying, like, I don't want people. I don't want to be that person that tells people how to eat and what to do. And I also know that when you show stuff, whether you're saying to do it or not, you're still in a way promoting it. Like, I've been showing my surgeries. Like, am I telling people to go get plastic surgery? No. But I'm definitely inspiring people that might need it. And I said, I recommend Dr. Talley and Dr. Katzen. They did my face and my body, and I know people it's gonna sit in their minds. I made that choice. I'm like, okay, I vet these people. I feel very confident to endorse them. But and so I don't know. I don't want to be that preachy vegan, and it's just something I'm kind of stuck with. It's like, but I do see a lot of comments saying you should make a whole thing with talking about. So I don't know. Can you guys let me know? I also feel like too, when I look at my comments and there's like 1,000 comments and maybe 200 of them say, talk about your weight loss, but the video has 100,000 views, that's less than 1% of the people that watch the video. So it's not even a clear indication of my audience. There's so many people that I don't even hear from, and I don't want to listen to the 1% and feel like, oh, everyone wants to hear this, and I make the video and everyone runs away, or like, oh my god, this guy's so annoying, or oh my god, he's preaching, or oh my god, we're here for the mukbang. I didn't subscribe to hear you talk about diet, I subscribed to watch you eat. And I don't want to just turn everyone off. So if you're watching this video, can you please comment and actually let me know? Okay, if I get like 5,000 or 10,000 comments that say, please tell us how you lost weight, show us what you eat in a day, this and that, and I find out there is at least 10,000 people, not just like 400 people, then I know it's not a small sliver of my audience. Maybe it's a fraction of them. That might be worthwhile. I could put it on one of my channels, But I'm a little afraid because of those two reasons. Number one, don't want to turn off my whole audience. This is a mukbang channel. Have you noticed, even though I lost weight, I still do mukbangs. I really don't want to deviate from these channels because I love mukbang. I don't want to do something else. I hate vlogging with a passion. So it's not like I'm going to do something else. But also, again, coming from that preachy experience, that chapter of my life where I was just telling everyone what to do, and I thought even if what I did was good or better, or what I think was better, or what you might think is better, or similar, or the same, or it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I know how it comes across matters more than what you're saying. So there's that. How much profit did you make during this stunt? Hangers, closets, how much money? I made a good amount of money from the 2 Steps Ahead video. My TikTok, you would be shocked. I wonder if I could show you. I don't know if it's against the rules. Let me pull it up. My people thought because I was getting tens and tens of millions of views. I mean, I definitely got a lot of followers and whatever, but nothing. Initial 30 days. All right, this video has 98 million views. I made $500, almost $600. That's it. And do you know how to get away with it? They're saying, oh, I only qualified for 10 million views. Here we go. I only qualified for 10 million views. That's why they're saying that. My estimated rewards was $11 for this month, even though I made 6 million views. The RPM was 0.05. So 10 million views, I made $500 for 10 million views. That that pays for 2 seafood boils. Okay, I spent $250 just right now. So I'm not rolling it. Let's pull up another video. Here's a 2 Steps Ahead video. This says last 7 days. Let's click initial 30 days. Initial 30 days, I made $66. 2 Steps Ahead. That was me. That went viral. It's over a minute long. $66. And it says down here that my qualified views were only 700,000 views, even though the video has 80 million views. I only qualified for 700K of them. And my RPM was 0.08. So it wasn't even a penny. And if I click this, I might be able to get to another screen, right? When it comes up here. Oh yeah, here we go. Total views. I mean, you can screenshot that if you want. Yeah, I made $60 in the first month. And that's when it got most of the views. It's not like it took off later. That's when, you know, the first 3 days, and then it tapers down and then disappears to nothing. So I made $60 from that. Here's this video.
Yes, it's really me. I am not a clone. I am a real person.
Okay, that's a minute long. It has 40 million views. Focus, 40 million views. Okay, let's see how much it made. It made $100. $100. Let's do initial 30 days. $100. And then it picked up again. That's what it made in 1 month. And that's when it got most of the views. At the bottom, it says only 1 million of those 40 million qualified. And of the 1 million views, I had 11 cents RPM. Okay, here's my watch time and all that stuff. So, you know, I'm making literally, you know, and I don't post every day. I don't even post every week on TikTok. I do TikTok for fun. I'm not doing it to rake in millions of dollars like people are saying. So, you know, I'm lucky. I'm lucky if I make $300 a month from TikTok. And those, because most of my videos don't get monetization because they're not a minute long. They're usually like 5 seconds of me dancing. I don't do it for money. So, I don't know. Maybe that's interesting to people, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know. That's just what it is. I know some people make more. I know some people make nothing. I know some people make less. But I've always been screwed on YouTube too. Like, I made so many channels trying to get a good CPM because my CPM was so bad. Like, I would get 10 million views and I'd be lucky if I made $2,000 for 10 million views. And other people get 10 million views and they get $10,000. Or other people get 10 million views and they get $80,000. I'm like, how is that possible? And I remember back in the day, we're talking many years ago, I talked to so many people about this. Steph Pappas, Steven Sushi, B Loves Life, Carly Steele, Eric the Electric. He and I talked about this for ages. Like, and I remember Eric would be like, oh, it's so unfair. This is like, you know, he has a regular, normal CPM. And then, you know, we would collab and I'd post the video and the video made like $900 even though it got 2 million views. And he's like, how's that possible? I'm like, I don't know. And so I would make more channels trying to get more CPM, different CPMs, and I don't know. I know I've researched this myself, and I did have a I've had many YouTube partner managers over the years, and they tell me like it's luck of the draw, you know, it's by chance, it's by your content. I'm like, yeah, but I'm making the same type of content as all my friends that do mukbangs, and they get paid way more. And well, then they thought, oh, it's because I started my channel in Colombia, and I had the Colombian like IP. And so Colombia, they're like, because if you make a channel outside of America, you're going to make less money. That's just a fact. You're going to make the most amount of money in America. And I started my channel. I lived in Colombia for years. And then when I moved here, I was still getting that same rate. So it didn't carry over or switch or anything. I know like people in India, they could get like 100 million views, like a crazy viral video, and they make like $2. Like it's very, very little. But I remember, I mean, you could just Google it. Like what channels make the most money? Finance, you know, stock market, real estate, you know, CPA, taxes, educational things about business. And then what's at the very bottom? Food. Food makes the least amount of pay per click out of all the genres. Actually, gaming, I think, might make the least now. But, like, food is bottom. Like, no one wants to see recipes, I guess. Or it's just not as valuable to the clicks. But I don't know. It's what I did. It's what I chose. And, you know, even you could even tell me I'd make $500 million, something crazy, if I did finance. I don't want to do finance. I have nothing to talk about with finance. I don't. No. So it's just, it is what it is. It's just. This video is going to get long. I need to try to be faster here. Okay. Let's see. Numbness with the surgeries. I answered that. Any tips on losing weight? Yeah, you guys have to let me know. How much profit? Okay. English or Spanish? I speak English. I don't know Spanish. I don't know Spanish! Do you remember that? I don't speak Spanish. When Orla was throwing the stuff at me. Oh my god. Are you dating? No, and I would like to. Anyone want to date? Although, I don't even know if I would date. someone that knows me or knows of me or watches me. I don't know. But yeah, I would love to date, actually. I was thinking about that just the other day. I was like, oh, it'd be so nice to be on a date. Are you gonna, okay, Gifted Donald says, are you gonna become fat again? No. Especially now after the surgeries, I sealed the deal. Like, put the cap on it. Like, if I'm gonna go through all these surgeries, I'm not doing it again. And I don't want to do it again. You know, I did what I did. Please, oh, happy, but please mukbang with Chelsea Lynn. I would love to. Did I say this already? I don't know. People have said I should do like a reunion with like all the people that you know through me that I've introduced to you over the years, or maybe people found me through them. I don't know, vice versa. I think a lot of people came to me from other people. But, you know, my mukbang friends, you know, mukbang with friends, like I really, obviously I met up with Candy again, but there's so many other people that it would be so cool to like do a reunion, like no time has passed. And it would be so fun if we didn't even address that I was fat and then got skinny and just get like, it was just carrying on from 2018 like nothing happened. That would be so funny. Chelsea Lynn, if you're watching, oh my God, I was just talking to Officer Daniels the other day, just briefly in the DMs. I was like, hi, because he was doing like mustache or no mustache. And I DM'd him for the first time in like years. I'm just like, yes to the mustache. And he replied, oh, Nick, I miss you. Me and Chelsea were just talking about you the other day. Apparently he went to go visit her in Nashville. And I'm like, oh, I've never been to Nashville. That sounds like so much fun. I hope you had a good time. He's like, we should hang out. Or I said, it would be fun if we all got together. I don't know. Anyone that's a Chelsea Lynn fan, tell her I say hi. Or anyone I've collabed with over the years. B Loves Life, Eric the Electric. I mean, I did see Carly Steele recently. But there's so many people I could do a fun reunion with. Honey Eats. It would be so fun. Here we go. Juan David says, you said to leave the questions under this video. Just why? Is that your question? Why? Why does anyone do what they do? I don't know. Why am I doing this? Why did I do anything I did? Because I need to make some money. You know, everyone needs money in this world. I mean, I'm not gonna... There are people that are gonna be like, I did it for the sense of community, or I did it for the passion. But at the end of the day, if you aren't paid for your time, you're not most likely gonna do your full effort or full amount of time if you're not compensated. That's life. None of the doctors who did my surgeries showed up for free, who just, they're surgeons for free and they just do surgeries for free. No. You know, none of the people that flew my airplane and took my bum to the other side of the world did it to be nice and do charity for Nikocado. No, they got money. Everyone needs money. You know, I get so sick when I see people online. They're like, what made you want to be a TikToker? And the TikTokers are like, I just wanted to help inspire the world. It's like, no, you wanted to make money so you could get out of your 9 to 5. Just be real about it. It's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. You can, I mean, it could be your passion too. You can intertwine it. Maybe you like to be a stand-up comedian. Maybe you're funny and that's what you're talented at. But you're not going to do a world tour for free and spend thousands of dollars on hotels and flights. It's just, that's not how the world works. So what was the question? Why? I needed money. Is your hairline receding? Are you going to get a hair transplant? My hairline is not receding. It still comes all the way down like it used to. You know, the hairline is exactly the same it was 10 years ago. My whole life. What happened was the density got weakened from my weight loss. And in my crown, I lost so much hair, like right here, it just went away. And it came back, and it's only been a couple months on the medication. And it's going to take a couple more months to fill this in, probably, or maybe even a year. I mean, if you just Google minoxidil finasteride stories, it takes most people 6 months to a year to really see any effects. Unlucky mine's come back so my hair, but the hairline did not go back here. You know, like this part, it didn't like go back here. It's exactly the same as it was. But I really don't like it. I don't like how it thinned out, which is why I'm wearing a hat right now. Damon Savinelia Elena says, get rid of that overgrown in your neck beard. Keep it close and clean. Well, I just did it right now. And then the next person says, wait, hold up, the beard's kind of fire. So that just goes to show you can't please everybody. People hate my beard. People love my beard. Jesus Family and Makeup says, P.S. about the hair loss, I agree with 100% what you said. My hair is extremely long, but I too, as a woman, I lost the hair when I lost all that weight. This I mentioned in my previous comment. I eat lots of protein and iron now, and my hair's getting thicker. Keep up the good work. Don't let those who try to knock you down knock you down. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, it happens to women too. When they lose weight, they lose hair. That's just common. Luke Tabor Mike says, who's going to win the NBA Finals? Don't know anything about that. Caroline Bennett says, when are you going to collab with Chelsea Lynn? You're both my favorites. I know. I've seen a bunch of comments about her. He loves life. Eric. Neil Peel. I don't collab much on YouTube too. And that's why people are like, Nick, you're talking about the same 10 people over and over. Carly Steele, Hungry Fat Chick. I don't know. I don't like to venture outside of that. And I feel like I made my selections. I can be a nervous person and be paranoid. And also just as I got more well known on the internet, I have had a lot of weird experiences of people trying to take advantage of me, or people trying to like, I'm thinking of a couple people right now that were so desperate to like be part of my story or whatever, all my shenanigans, all my acting and stuff. They want to be part of that stuff, or just be connected to me somehow so they just wanted clout. And I've never really been much of a clout chaser, at least as of the past 8 years. I definitely was in the beginning because I really wanted to be a YouTuber and I was trying to collab with anyone and stuff. But if you think about it, I did my thing my own original way. I decided to be fat and crazy. I decided to come up with all the skits. I decided to come up with the plots. I did all the crazy stuff and the crying and the meltdowns and the breakups, and I was my own original character. There are people that are famous from just talking about famous people. All they do is react to other people. That's all they do. And that now you know them because all they do is talk about someone else way more prominent and interesting than them, because those people, likely, I can think of 3 or 4, have their own vlogging channel or their own, behind the scenes with so-and-so, and they get like no views and there's like 10 comments and there's less interest. People only find you interesting because you're talking about someone more famous and interesting. So, I don't knock people doing what they gotta do to make money. Like I said, I gotta make money. That's why I decided to do what I did, and you gotta make money. And there's room for reaction and criticism, definitely. And sometimes these people are actually really funny, so they do offer something of value to people to help them pass time in this world. But at the end of the day, I personally feel proud, if I can say, that I just did my own original way. There are how many mukbangers on this platform? Thousands. How many big name American mukbangers that just eat food and talk? 20, 30 channels? No one did it like me. Nobody was a Nikocado avocado. And there's like 1 or 2 people that tried to like copy some of my antics or like copy the titles and stuff, but people saw right through it. Like, you have to be your own thing. And so I feel really happy that I did my own thing. What was the question? Oh my gosh, look at me just tooting my horn. Why are you getting so big again? Is that? Oh, collabing. Oh, why are you talking about the same people? It's because they were such important connections in my life, and because since I did my own original thing, that's what it was. I've been in this room, this same room, this studio that I rent for how long? 8 years? It's never changed. There's so many creators on YouTube who are constantly going and seeing and bringing on new side characters or vlogging, and you just see them in Tokyo and Paris, or they're constantly podcasting is huge now. They have guests. Their whole thing is about guests. Joe Rogan is awesome, right? But look at most people want to see the new guest. It's not just Joe Rogan. Talking about today, I had my breakfast and then I took a shower, and today I had to clean my couch because I dropped the remote and had to find it. Like, it's not a personal update. It's him bringing spotlight to someone else's opinion or viewpoint in this world, and that's what people come for. People want that interesting. Since I did very little of that, it was just me running my mouth and being crazy and stupid, you guys saw very few people. On my page, on my spread, it was like 10 people, that's it, and then I would repeat them. So that's why. But it's not a bad thing. And yes, I would love to collab with Chelsea Lynn again. I love to collab with every single person that I collabed with in the past. That would be so funny to get together and just eat food like nothing happened. I mean, if you think about it, nothing really did happen. I got fat and lost weight and tried to make a big scene of it. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, listen, talk about milking it. I tried to milk this as hard as I could. I'm still trying to milk it. Like, it's really not even that special what I did. I tried to make it interesting, whatever, but it's just, The guy got fat, lost weight. Oh well. But still. Why are you getting so big again? Comes from Neil Peely. I am not trying to get big again. I'm swollen. It's just water weight. I'm swelling, you guys. Didn't she say that recently, my ex-dietitian? Then she blamed her... I don't even, God knows what she weighs now, but still being swollen. Listen, just do your thing. I mean, whatever. Okay, this comes Rams Isaac says, how did you manage to stay unnoticed for 2 years while doing all that exercise? At a gym, with a hat on, a bandana. I also will go out at certain times. Literally, a hat makes a huge difference. Sunglasses. I mean, think about it. I mean, Kelly Clarkson just said that she rides the New York City subway and nobody comes up to her. And Kelly Clarkson she has her talk show on TV. I mean, people are like, oh, you're so famous. I'm nothing compared to Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson, I mean, she has sold tens of millions of CDs around the world. Maybe even 100 million. I don't even know. She's huge. And she literally says on her show, I was just watching a clip, she's like, I take the subway, my girls take the subway, no one ever comes up to me. No one, ever. You know, and Lady Gaga, I just saw in an interview too, she says, I still love going out, I just put on different glasses or I change my hair, no one knows it's me. Sometimes they hear my voice and she'll be like, oh, they heard the voice. And they'll be like, oh, are you Lady Gaga? But people are really minding their business and people are so invested in their own lives and what they're doing and they're on their phone. They're not just stopping and staring and magnifying, is that so-and-so in a wig? You know, they're just not. So it wasn't that difficult, actually. Joni Albert says, why are you a fake? Why do you act like you're disabled when you're not? Oh, I know I wanted to address this. I'm more disabled than you are. I literally went through a windshield back in 2013. So you have no right to say you're disabled and act like a disabled person and you can be disabled. This is one big sentence. I have every right to be anything I want to be in this world. If I want to act out a skit of anybody, I can. This is what this country is about. I have the freedom to do anything that I set my mind and heart to. I can be as creative, whether you think it's funny or not. It doesn't, like, I, of course, have the right to do it. And just because I was 400 pounds and had struggles to walk, whether I put it on myself or not, and I rode around on a scooter and I said, I identify as skinny to be funny, doesn't mean that I'm making any attacks toward you, whoever you are. And I'm speaking to a group of people who, they come to my page and they just want to be a victim. They just want to be like, I am insulted, your existence hurts me. I'm like, well, that's your problem, not my problem. If you're offended by people living their lives, you got an issue. Look at yourself in the mirror. You need to just own who you are. You need to feel solid and secure in your life, in your disablement, in your handicapness, in the color of your skin, in who you're attracted to, in whatever the F you are. You need to just own who you are and love all your differences. And all of a sudden, you'll feel less offended when you see other people like that too, making jokes about it. I mean, every time I watch Joan Rivers, I can't help but smile. She's constantly making fun of every religion, every skin color. I mean, she's constantly making fun of the gays and lesbians, and I'm gay. I'm not offended by people. It's just life. It's usually people who are insecure who are going to be offended. That's just how it is. Unless I'm saying something about you and your name to your face or about you and your family, it's not an attack. You're just looking to feel hurt because you want people to feel sorry for you because you're insecure. That's just how I view it, personally. No matter what I do in the future, if you're offended because I decided to act something out or play a role or have an accent, people came for me because you can't use a British accent. That's offensive. Offensive. Have you never watched a movie? It's okay in the movies, but not me. It's just so stupid and waste of time. It's so first world problems. It really is. I will never forget that what is it? It's whatever. It's people being offended by Mexican Cinco de Mayo and people dressing up in a sombrero, and they walk down the street and all these people are like, these are like other American, just, I don't know, you know, I'll say American, we're all American, but just it's a white person wearing a Mexican sombrero, and other white people are saying, that's offensive. And they're going around with the microphone, he's like, Happy Cinco de Mayo, he has like Mexican musical instruments in his hands, he's wearing the sombrero and a colorful, like a traditional dress. People are like, that's offensive, you didn't ask them for permission. That's offensive to the Mexicans, you're belittling them. And these are people taking offense for things they shouldn't even have offended. It's like, I'm gonna be offended for you, don't you worry. And then the same camera goes up to actual Mexican people. I think it was filmed in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is full of Mexicans. And I mean, they might have edited, pick and choose, whatever, but the point is, there was still, every single person they showed, it was like, I don't know, a dozen people, Mexicans, they're just like, yeah, Happy Cinco de Mayo, I like to see you celebrating us. Oh yeah, that's a good sombrero, man, here, wear it this way, and they'll adjust it on his head. You look better that way. Or, oh yeah, woohoo, Cinco de Mayo, let's get good guacamole. They aren't offended, they're happy that you even took the time to notice them, and whether you see it as mocking, copying, cosplaying, imitating, it doesn't matter. Like I said, people don't notice you in public. Yeah, everyone's invested on their phone. Everyone's a little narcissistic. They're just worried about, how do I look? How do I sound? What's my friend doing on Facebook? No one's even paying attention to the world around them. And so when people finally do, and they, I don't know, they want to wear a sombrero because it's Cinco de Mayo, they like guacamole, and now people are offended. It's like, no, some people are just like, you know, the Mexicans, they're just like, oh yeah, I'm so happy you're giving us the time and day, or you're celebrating our culture, whatever. This is kind of like a tangent, but yeah, it's just, I mean, obviously these types of comments have never gotten to me. I would have never gone as far as I did if I cared. I would have never done anything I did. Anything I did, if people are just like, that's offensive because you're mocking such and such, or that's offensive because you should never imitate that, that's evil, that's bad. It's like, grow up, get a life. I don't even know what to say to that. I think it's a mental disease. And you know, it's your control. That's the thing. Like, you are totally in control of how you respond to the world around you. You are in full control of what makes you upset. You just have to change the way you perceive it, period. And a lot of people can't because, well, in this society we're taught to feel, you know, we have a whole cards we can pull out. I am less than because of this, or I am unequal because I'm this. It's like, I don't like that. I don't like that people are constantly told that they're less than and they should constantly just be on that crutch to the day they die. Stand up, feel solid in who you are, have a laugh, and don't take things so dang personally. I said nothing about you, I don't even know who you are. Just because I rode in a scooter and said I'm disabled, and you're like, well, I'm disabled, therefore I'm offensive. There's no way that actually offends you. You're not staying up at night worrying about this. You're just not, I guarantee. And if you do, then you really do have mental problems. Next person says, I would never believe you weighed 400 pounds only 2 years ago if I didn't follow your work journey. Thank you. I only bring this up because in the video I talked about whatever. Barbara Colley says, I liked your hair really short. Okay, so some people prefer it buzzed. My goal, I think, is to keep doing this medicine, let the hair grow thicker and let more dense, and so I can spike it in the front like I used to. This video is getting so long. I see I went on a tangent. Lana Belza said, your face looks better. You look younger. Thanks. I love my facelift. I'm so happy I did it. 26 Poke Girl says, how constant were you of the inconveniences, cognizant, that disappeared as you lost weight, such as breathing issues, issues with furniture, sleep, stamina, ingrown nails? Was it gradual? That's a really good question. I should have thought of what to say before turning on the camera, because I hate editing. How cognizant was I? I'd say right away. Right in the very beginning, I dropped so much weight. The fatter you are, the easier it is to lose weight. Okay, it's like a bell curve that is only half of a bell curve. You know, when you look at the stock market projections, it's like a constant over time. So you're starting up all the way up here at 400, 500, 600 pounds. It's a quick slide down because it takes so much energy to sustain that much mass. So when I was losing a pound a day, and I wasn't even doing anything. I wasn't even trying, you know. But you see it all the time in Biggest Loser, and even with Dr. Now, these people, like, you should be, he says, like, I'm prescribing you this, come back to me in 30 days, you should have dropped at least 30 pounds in 30 days. You're like, that's so much. Yeah, if you're at like a slightly overweight, it's going to be very difficult, if pretty unhealthy, to probably lose 30 pounds in 30 days. If you're only 20 pounds overweight, it's almost impossible. But when you're 400 pounds, that will melt off because your body doesn't want to keep holding on to that weight anymore. So I'd say within the first month, my sleep, my breathing, just feeling out of breath, it was so quick. And yes, over time I noticed like I don't get ingrown toenails anymore. And it's so funny because the doctor never said, oh, it's because you're fat. He was just like, oh, let me do surgery, let me give you this medicine. And I remember talking to Orlin at the time. He's like, Nick, it's because they're not going to tell you the real truth. It's because you're effing fat, and they don't want to tell that to you. But that's just the truth. You know, it's a you know, because I never had ingrown toenail problems ever in my entire life, and then I did the obesity performance, and boom, I had constant ingrown toenails. And then I lose the weight. I've never had one ever since. Is it a coincidence? Maybe, but I just when you have all that much pressure and your skin is expanding unnaturally so, and it's struggling, your toenails are going to get all janky. So, this comes from Sam Prentice Home. Will you be joining the gym anytime to get more refined physique? Yes. Are you working on any new music? No. What do you eat off camera? What am I eating? I'm eating a lot of avocados. And dates. We just had Ramadan. Oh God, I'm stuck. Help! At least for me, one of the best parts about that is that the grocery stores all bring out the dates. I had the best dates ever. Sakari dates, I think they're called. Wow. I really enjoyed the Sakari dates. Oh my God, they were so good. They taste like donuts. I literally felt like I was eating 40 dates in a sitting. I was making myself sick. I didn't even care. And this is recently. We're talking like after all the surgeries, February, March. Or was it before the second surgery? Did I get? I don't even know. It was within the past couple months. I ate hundreds of dates. Hundreds of dates passed through and shat into my toilet. My toilet has seen probably thousands of dates pass through. Like literally. I could eat 30 dates, 40 dates in a sit, depending on the calories. But I don't even count calories when I'm just eating until I... They're like donuts. They're so good. And would you collab with Upaville again? I don't know. Would you guys like to see that? Some people have said you should do an update. Would you guys like to see? Comment down below. Go tell him. I don't know. Go leave a comment. Just like the whole, like, would you share your weight loss, what you eat now situation? I really don't know what people think because, again, 1,000 comments is less than 1% of the viewers in total. So I don't even know if people would like to know. But those were really, really epic. You know, he's such a good guy, such a nice person, and it was really, really fun. And wow, I'm very proud of that performance. Yeah, I don't know. Would you guys want to see? I feel like that'd be good for us. But Catafeld says this channel is actually psychological warfare against the public. Thanks. Okay. Gravity Smashify says, what's the craziest place you've been recognized in public? And I screenshot this when I was thinking, what is it? I don't know. Probably in bathrooms. I'm always like literally at the urinal. Did I say urinal? Yeah, urinal. When I went to go see the Juilliard Orchestra, I saw people in the bathroom. I was always in the bathrooms. The Philadelphia Philharmonic, I saw people in the bathroom. And when I went to Washington, D.C., people saw me in the bathroom. During the intermission, you know, the orchestra takes a break halfway through. And, yeah, I was always in the bathroom. Not that it's crazy and nothing went on. It's just like, we're standing at a toilet. You're hearing the waterfall. What you do? Oh, hi. Oh, you're Nikocado. It's just like, you know, it also puts me on a spot like, oh, whatever. I don't know if that's the craziest place, but. Amanda says, I've watched you for like 5 years. Wow, thanks. It's so crazy seeing all the changes. Is this a question? I just want to say hi to you because it says 5 years. Cindy Spider says, first time viewing your video, just subscribed. It's nice to see you happy about your weight loss. You're very interesting. I posted this because one of the coolest things about social media is that, you know, I feel like people who know me, and I'm just talking to the same people. What's really cool about social media is that new people are constantly discovering you, and that's why I like to remind stuff. And some of you guys may be like, oh my God, stop talking about it, move on. You know, your surgeries or this and that, and you keep talking about it. I'm like, even on my TikTok, I gained 100,000 followers last month, and I posted twice. You know, 100,000 people discovered me. They don't know a thing about me. You know, so if I repeat myself, then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the person right behind you who's just in line. So I just point that out. I have a question. How does it feel to be thin again? I love it. Oh, I love it. Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. Oh my God, I love being skinny. I love it. I love being skinny so much. The facial hair makes you look like Andrew. Okay. You lost the weight. Why don't you help Candy lose weight? I'm going to address this, but I'm going to change the battery. Click the link below and get yourself a cameo where I'll make a special video just for you. Treat yourself or surprise someone else. It makes a great gift. Link below. Okay. Change the battery. So Candy, let's talk about my friend Candy. This video is so long, I'm so sorry, but I've seen a lot of comments over the years, not just now, but back in the day, even when I first met her. Like, there's so many opinions about that where, like, good for you for being in her corner. Everyone deserves to have someone in their corner, and no matter what their size is. And then there's people on the other side that say, you know, on you for enabling it or encouraging it, or I'm not calling her an it, I mean the act of overeating. Let me just say right off the bat, I am in no position now or ever before to go to another human being's house and tell them how to eat. Point blank, period. I remember when I was 300 pounds and collabing with her in Las Vegas, and people were like, you should help her lose weight. You should be encouraging that. On you for doing this. I'm like, I get fat for a living. That is what I decide to do for my time, because I'm a grown man and I can do what I want. You're telling me, fat person, to go to another person's house, a fat person, and tell them to stop being fat. Do you know how stupid that sounds? Just right off the bat. I would look, that's way to alienate yourself and never have any relationships. Like, could you imagine a fat, it's like Amberlynn Reed telling people like that they're fat and they need to know more about nutrition. Or like what she say was about Becky, like, you just gotta lose a little bit of weight. And it's like, when Amberlynn said that to Becky, like, you gotta lose some weight. You're in a scooter and you're 600 pounds. It's the most lack of self-aware, and I have strong self-awareness. That's how I pulled off what I did all those years, you know? Like, I know exactly how things look. I know exactly how things sound. I mean, sometimes things go over my head, and everyone makes mistakes, and sometimes I say things without realizing it. Okay, I'm human, but in general, I think I have more self-awareness than the average person. Yeah. But that's just from the whole, like, outside perspective of, like, a fat person telling another fat person they need to stop being fat. But just take that out of the equation. Candy is my friend now. I met her. It was a business thing. I did mukbangs. She did mukbangs. I was collabing with a lot of people at the time, and I decided to collab with her. It did well, so we did more. It is a business relationship. That's how it started. That's how most relationships happen in this world. You meet people at work, you go out to eat, you go to happy hour, you get to know them. Sometimes you fall in love, and now you're married. Sometimes they end up being your best friend. People meet through their jobs. YouTube is my job. We had a lot in common, and with the food, okay? Over the years, I've grown to really like Candy. I love her. She has such a nice personality. She has a nice heart. She's a good person. She's interesting. She knows a lot. We have a lot in common. We have fun together. I care about her. Now that I've lost my weight, there's no way I would ever go to her house, or even just or online texting her, be like, you need to worry about, can I help you? Do you think I want to be that person to be preachy? Okay. You know, Candy doesn't have a lot of people in her life. I don't have a lot of people in my life. You know, I want to not drive away the few people I have in my life, and vice versa. You know, she doesn't leave the house very much ever, you know, and it's that one time a year, once a year, where she gets to have a guest over or someone comes over and to hang out and we make money together and we do business together, and we share food and memories together. And do you think that's the time and place to be like, you gotta watch what you eat, or can I help you? It just comes from like a whole like, what's the thing going around on like the white savior complex? That's literally what it sounds like. And it has nothing to do with skin color. I'm just making an analogy because that's like a tendency. I do see that happens with people just outside of that. But it's just, I'm not going to tell Candy how to live her life. She's a grown woman. She's been eating food, doing mukbangs longer than I've been alive, probably. Okay, she could be my mom. Okay, we're like 30 years apart or 20 years apart, something like that. I'm not going to tell her what to do. If she asks me a question of how to lose weight, which she has in the past, like, you know, asking me how I'm doing or what I'm eating, I'll tell her. But I'm not going to force her to do anything. I'm not going to nag her to do anything because it's her life. Don't you think she knows she's overweight? Don't you think she knows that she could be a little healthier or a lot of healthier? It doesn't matter if it's a little or a lot. It's people change when they're ready to change. You know, and I'm not going to be that person that tells her anything about anything related to diet and health or whatever, because I chose to be unhealthy to make a living out of it. I'm the last person that has any right to tell her what to do with her own body. And I've lost weight now. I'm definitely not going to tell her, well, look what I did. I got fat, I lost weight, therefore you should do it too. It ain't happening. We collab because we're both mukbang channels. If I'm fat or skinny, it doesn't matter. It's the same soul. It's the same person. Someone commented that one time, and I saw it. This was right when I came back to the internet. And people were just like, because people were like, oh, he's acting different, or she's acting different, or why are they still friends? You know, she's so overweight, and he, you know, this is like, shame on Candy for not following his footsteps. Oh no, shame on Nick for not making her do it or helping her. It's just all these opinions about how people need to live their lives, apparently. And I remember seeing a comment like, these are the same souls, it's just different body forms. Fat, skinny, it's still Nick. You know, she knew me outside of Nikocado for half a decade, like literally 2018 to we're talking 7-8 years. Like she's seen me, she's heard me cry. She's like, you know, we've exchanged heartfelt emails and texts and phone calls. Like this is actually a real friendship now. So that's what I gotta say about that. I'm not gonna help Candy do anything. I'm not gonna tell her what to do with her life. If she wants to chow down some hardtack grill tomorrow, I will support her whether she does it or not, because I did it just 1 year ago. You think I'm special or elevated because I no longer do it now, but I, you know, earned my living off of that for how many years? It's so hypocritical. It's just lacking self-awareness. I'm not gonna do that to her at all. Why don't you help Candy lose the weight? Why don't you realize that that's not how real relationships work in this world? That's how you drive people away. When you become that vegan, like, you need to stop this. You should. Those animals have feelings. It's like, should I just not be friends with my cousin because he loves to smoke? Shame on you. You shouldn't smoke. Shame on you. Like, people need to get a grip. Let people live. People are only going to change when they want. It doesn't matter how much you say to them, how much you insult them, how much you try to make them change. They're not going to change. Do you know how many people told me for years that I was going to die and I should stop eating? And what did I do the next day? Gave them a finger, shut up, and ate even more. They didn't change one dang thing about me because I was on a mission. I was on a mission to get as fat as I could, make my money, put myself out there, build an audience, make people laugh, and then surprise them with weight loss. That was my goal. That was something I wanted to do forever. Since 2018 is when I made that video. Like, you guys, I'm gonna see how fat I can get. I'm just gonna be crazy with it. And like, I remember telling my patrons, like, I always wanted to be an actor. Like, this is just what I decided to do. And do you know how many people said you need to change? And how many people like pulled me aside and said you're so unhealthy? Did that make any difference with my actions? None. In one ear, out the other, because you don't control my body, I control my body. So it's the same idea. I can sit there and yap all I want about her needing to lose weight. Doesn't mean she's going to do it. But the only thing I will accomplish is making her not like me anymore. Or making our friendship break apart because I became that preachy, annoying, selfish person. I don't know how people don't see that. They just want me to control some grown woman on the other side of the country who's my friend that we met through overeating together in this weird genre of the internet. Like, it's just so weird. People need to like grow up. Rose, like the wine. I see you've been commenting for so long. You do not have to explain why you're gaining weight because you're swollen from the surgery, but regardless, you still look underweight. All I want for you is to embrace one size you feel the most comfortable with. it would suck if you developed an ED and became obsessed with being skinny. Just be healthy. Now, I decided to address this comment because it just, like I said, you can't please everyone. There's people saying that I'm too skinny. There's people saying that they can already tell I'm gaining weight, which is why I made that video. Like, my face is a lot rounder than it was when I came back to the internet because I just had surgery. They peeled everything open and ripped open my face, you know, like my body. But at the same time, you know, I'm slender. What does it say? I still look underweight. Okay, so I weigh 175. Actually, right now, I can weigh myself. I think I'm like 179 because I just did a mukbang. Okay, at 6 foot, that's barely healthy. That's like 5 pounds away from being overweight. And the BMI scale, I mean, I know you take it with a grain of salt. It doesn't account for muscle mass, but I have very little muscle mass, so I have no excuse, really. You know, but I am swollen. But let me just show you guys. Here's my scale. She's going to talk. I'm going to guess 179, 180, 180, because I just did a mukbang. And I'm always, that's just how I am. Let's see. I'm going to put my hands to my side.
182.0 pounds.
Oh, interesting. 182. Is that underweight? Let's see right here. Somebody who's 6 foot and weighs 182 pounds, what is their BMI? Well, would you look at that?
Goodbye.
Would you look at that? That is like 2 pounds away from overweight. Isn't that funny? Overweight. Yeah, am I overweight if I'm 6 foot and 182 pounds? Question mark. Yeah, I'm 1 pound away. Once I hit 183, I'm considered overweight. And there's people saying I look like I have an ED. Now, if you look at the BMI scale, chart thingy, graph, the normal healthy range is like a 40-pound range. It's pretty generous, you know. And people say it doesn't account for muscle. Well, there's your muscle accounting. 40 pounds. It doesn't account for body shape and fluctuations. Well, it's already there. Now, I'm not saying if you're 5 pounds over this that you're just sick and obese. No, there are fluctuations. What I'm trying to get at is that perspective is everything. There are people that look at me right now and say I'm like underweight and I'm bony skeleton. And there's people right under her commenting, wow, he's getting fat. I see it already. He's looking chubby. Isn't that crazy? No, I don't give too much thought to this. Never have, never will. That's, again, I would have never pulled off what I did on the internet if I really sat and internalized every comment and thought about it and analyzed it. And, these people, oh, I'm so sad. I don't give a fuck about anybody. I have a mission. I'm on a mission to make people laugh and get as fat as I can. I'm not going to care what people say. And then I was on a mission to, I'm going to get as skinny as I can. I'm going to shock everybody. I'm going to be in hiding. I'm going to wear a disguise in public. I want to go out with a bang. Do you know how many people commented like, oh, you should have recorded your weight loss journey. You would have made more money. You would have made, oh, he's so stupid. He would have what? Really? How many times do you watch someone show what they eat in a day on a weight loss program, counting their calories and going to the gym, where by the third or fourth video, it doesn't get old and boring and you check out? That's how you kill your channel. I've seen other people do it. I can think of 2 YouTubers right now that did weight loss journeys where they went to the gym and they're showing their protein shakes. Everyone checked out because it's boring. And it's the same thing, especially if you're on a diet or a program. You're not going to be eating cake and ice cream and doing mukbangs in between. You never lose the weight. I mean, that's how you get people hooked. You say you're on a weight loss journey and then go do mukbangs. And we're like, right? But like, if you're actually serious about trying to achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve, you're not going to do that. You're actually going to be strict and boring. It's boring to lose weight. I did it, in my view, the most entertaining way. To pretend I'm fat while I'm losing weight, to post videos and egging them on by making fun of me, surprising everyone with my weight loss, not telling them what I did or how to did it, and dragging out and milking it for half a year. You know, even though I didn't make much money on TikTok, as you see, I got a lot of exposure. And this camera is like literally about to die. It doesn't have much juice left in terms of memory. So I don't even know what I was talking about. Something about whatever. All right, let's pick out one more question. Idle Cat, you seem a little bit more like you used to be. Your voice is more normal and not soft and creepy. Thank you, but I was acting. When I did the 2 steps ahead, I was acting. It surprises me that people can't tell, actually. I don't know. What's obvious to me is not obvious to everybody, and my goal was to be creepy because, again, I wanted the biggest reaction. Talk about not being repetitive, predictable, or boring. People are like, you should have filmed your whole weight loss. Boring, predictable, gets old real fast. It took 2 years. Imagine doing 2 years of content in the same thing. I would have lost everybody. And then by the time I lost the weight, it would have been no shock because they watched it slowly happen. So they were already used to it. People don't think. Even some really close people, even like an advisor was like, oh, you should have recorded. I'm like, do you realize that's exactly what everyone says? Do you know how predictable that is? It would have even been share worthy by the end of it because they watched me dragging on for 2 years, but doing it in secrecy, whatever. What I'm trying to get at is that when I did the 2 steps ahead voice with the panda mask, I was trying to think, how creepy can I be? How can I make this interesting? How can I make this thought-provoking? How can I get people to talk and share? How do I get people really riled up about this? It's not to be cute. It's not to be likable. It's to be unlikable. That's how I built my career, by coming across unlikable. And maybe you think I'm unlikable now. Maybe you think it's because you feel like I think I know everything and I'm all cocky. Whatever. You're talking to someone that came from experience and, did what you're here to watch me talk about. No one else has done this, like whatever. Call me cocky, call me crazy, call me full of myself. I'm just saying I know it works because I've lived through the experience and I had years of practice. If I shave my head and talk all scary, of course people are going to react to it more than if I come here smiling and acting cute. People find that boring. Well, here you go. So boring. I want the crazy fat Nick character. Everyone can lose weight. It's not a big deal, but not everyone can be fat Nick. True. See? Love the mustache. The beard looks good. Blah, blah, blah. Nick, you need to shave, dude. See? You can't please everyone. Get off the beard, please. Oh, people are really into the beard coming off. Nah, the beard is fire. What do you mean? Did I already show these? I've heard Koreans say that when they eat a lot of noodles, their face swells up. Yes, so it's because of the sodium. And the carbohydrates too. Carbohydrates, for every 1 gram of carb your body does store 3 grams of water. So when you eat a lot of carbs, you're going to be a little puffy. Not necessarily. It depends on your body fat. And, it's stored as glycogen. It's sugar, basically. But, that's why they say it about ramen. Because it's sugar plus a lot of sodium. There's fat in there too. Ramen's like 50% fat. Did you know it's deep fried? Ramen is a deep fried food. But most of the swelling comes probably actually from the MSG. Okay, this serious question. Is your dominant hand supposed to be super yellow? Does it look really yellow right now? Yeah, I have noticed that come and go. So if someone said he has liver issues, and I have seen that a few times, he has like malfunctioning kidneys or pancreas. If I had any of those issues, I would not have qualified to go under the knife 8 times in a row, back to back to back to back. I wouldn't have been elected to have surgery. If I had some issues, it would have come up in my blood results, most likely. But I don't know. I don't know why I look yellow. I know why my face looked yellow. I definitely have more color to my face now. But when I came back, I was on a juice cleanse, and so I was definitely, I don't want to say malnourished, but I definitely wasn't eating things I was supposed to. I was deprived. I wanted to get as skinny as I could for that performance. So my whole face, my whole complexion looked gray. But now that I'm not, I have more food in my system, I'm not doing that anymore. I have noticed that my hands still kind of look yellow. I don't know, maybe could be beta carotene, but I don't feel like I eat that much orange stuff. But I was talking to my friend the other day, and he's like, Nick, you still eat way more carrots than anyone I know, and you're always eating mangoes nonstop, and Americans will go a whole week before they touch a carrot or a pumpkin, and you eat pumpkin daily. I'm like, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe it's beta carotene. Your facelift was definitely needed. Thank you, Dave Miller. Natasha Souders. Anyone else think the weight gain looks good on him? This one had a lot of legs. He looked sick and weak, and when he first revealed his weight loss, he looks healthy now. It's so funny because someone just said I look like I have an ED and I'm wasting weight. I look underweight. Can't please everybody. Okay, I guess one last question, but there's so many good questions. Which surgery was the hardest to recover from? Probably the body lift and the leg lift. The arms were easy. The liposuction, it got worse as time went on. The torso was fine, although I didn't like those drains. It's either the legs or the torso. And to be honest, right now, the only pain I'm in right now, I definitely feel tightness in my body for sure. But the only pain I have is in my face. My facelift has been bothering more and more as time has gone on. It hurts. It freaking hurts. Touching it hurts. When I lay on a pillow, pressure hurts. And I can tell it's swollen. I can feel it's swollen. My face hurts. So that's what's bothering me the most right now, to be honest, my face. My arms have been the easiest, although my left arm, I still, to this day, I will get zinging, like zing, zing, and that hurts. It's like, ooh, like electrified, like a shooting star. Don't know what that's about, but that does happen. So it's not really answering your question. If I had to pick one, the body lift. That was, whew, that first week was torture, and I couldn't bend over and do, oof. Yeah, the body lift was the hardest. Although a close second place was the leg lift. Hardest was torso, but the one I liked the least, my least favorite surgery was the leg. Although I'm very happy how things turned out. It took the longest to heal, and it hurt. Amberlynn Reed coded title, huh? Or you mean Nikocado coded title and she copied the master? Think about that. And we'll end right there. That was the last of the questions. Oh my gosh. I did see someone tag me on my Instagram. They're like 2 steps ahead and it was a photo of her all skinny, like photoshopped. I'm like, could you imagine? You couldn't, because it's never gonna happen. See, that's not a master in disguise. That's someone actually lost and confused. You know. Oh well, enjoy the train wreck. I mean, listen, the train wreck I know sells. That's why I decided to go that avenue. But I don't know what's in store for me next. People are asking, what are you going to do? Are you going to get fat all over again? I really don't want to get fat again. You know, I've had my run. It was very long. I'm glad I did it. I got all this surgery. Weight loss was so hard. I mean, I know what to do. I could do it again, but it's just so horrible. I don't want to undo my surgeries. I really feel so good skinny again, and I love being skinny, so I just don't want to do it. So I don't think I'll do that again. But I really do like to eat. I really do like to talk. I just, I feel a little stuck, to be honest, and that's how I'll wrap up this video. I'm a little stuck. It's like, what do I do now? It's like I don't have to technically do anything. You know what I mean? I could just put my legs back up in the air and whatever, you know. But sometimes I think about moving to Thailand or Singapore and just kind of retiring, calling it a day. Peace, live in Thailand, you know, $1,000 a month. I don't even know. Or like, I don't know, a small village in Ecuador, something just exotic and fun. I don't really know what I want to do. And it's hard to know what people want of me because everyone found me for the food, but also the drama, and I'm not doing the drama. You know, I don't really feel like I've closed that trap. I remember Trisha Paytas once, which I know she wants to do a podcast with me. It's so funny because she asked over and over and over, and around the time I said, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm getting surgery, hold off. And I was doing my face. This was in December. I'm like, okay, yeah, next month in January. And then quickly I got signed up. I mean, it happened really fast. It's not like I knew ahead of time, like a year prior. I didn't even know 3 months prior. These surgeries were boom. Okay. And I had the body lift, and then I had the arm lift, I had the brachioplasty, and then I had the torsoplasty and the thigh lift, and then I had lipo, and I was just it's been 4 months since, back in even September, she wanted me to be a guest on her podcast. I don't know. So I only bring this up because I remember one time she told me, was it to my face in the interview, which by the way, I was acting in that interview too. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of similarities, but I was definitely saying things that weren't true because I was trying to think of like what could get the most reaction or what could probably like get talked about more. So I was making up a lot of the answers she told me, and I took a shot right before that interview on her podcast couch, which I did poop on. Now that's real. That's not a fake story. But oh my god, it's disgusting. But she did say, I think it was one of the dramas, I can't remember, something I was involved with, I don't even know, some fake thing. I was just doing a lot of stuff for attention, and she's like, I know he's doing all these like things for attention, because she made up a lot of her drama too. I mean, I made up pretty much everything. Like, everything was orchestrated. You know, I like, what could get people talking? And I was willing to be the crazy person. I was willing to be painted as bad, as she was too. You know, she will tell you to herself, she's like, oh yeah, I was a troll. I love trolling. She did it. She loved it. I mean, you didn't know what to expect next to her. Like, everything was a lie, you know? It's just, it was entertaining. It was fun. It's silly internet stuff. And I remember her telling me, either on the couch or afterwards, she reflected about it after the time. She said, Nick, you don't have to do this. Because I was myself around her when the cameras were off and stuff. I definitely was just myself, kind of talking, and she was just like, you're an interesting person, you're nice, and I just feel like people could like you. You didn't have to do all this stuff for attention. But I did, and she did, and I was coming from a place after she had already come out of it. She's like 6 years older than I am, but when she was my age, she was doing the exact same thing. So it's interesting because she told me at the time, like, you don't need to do this, and that was right when I told her, like, I'm gaining weight and stuff. And it was right in the very beginning of when I started to like be crazier and kind of create that character, like a really hard character. And I was already like a year into it. I was shaving my head and putting eggs on my face. I was doing fake. Of course, this dies right when I'm trying to end the video, but and I was doing all those crazy storylines about I got cheated on 12 times, or I cheated on Orlin 12 times, and it was just like, how much can I make up, you know? And she's like, you don't need to do this. People like you for who you are. And I'm like, I remember thinking to myself, I don't know if I told her, probably not. I was just like, lady, I'm just getting started. No, I'm just getting started. I'm going till I'm 30. I mean, I probably told her that because I told my audience that. I'm like, I'm going till I'm 30. And no one believed me. People just thought that was another part of my rambling. But I said it probably 100 times. I'm like, when I turn 30, I'm changing things around. So yeah, I only bring that up because she's like, you didn't have to do all this. And it's like, yes, I did. And you did too. Like, now you're in the mommy era and everyone loves you, but how did you get here? You didn't just start out as the nice mommy. People like you more because you went from like crazy person to mommy. You know what I mean? Having that contrast and seeing that transformation impacts people more than just being nice mommy. They want to see, it was the crazy lady who couldn't get a boyfriend and was constantly dumped and cheated on. She identified as a chicken nugget and thought she was trans, or pretended she was, and this and that, and like everything she created. And it's way more interesting to see her now because that's where she came from, you know. And the transition was kind of, I don't know, for a lot of people kind of fast too. Anyways, thanks for watching my video, rambling. Yeah, I don't know what to do now. Do I keep doing mukbangs? I think I know what I could do. I'm definitely gonna do something very soon. You know, well. But I also like to do something other than that. But I don't know, I was like trying to toy up different ideas. Like, I like to travel, but I also hate traveling. I like to vlog, but no, actually I hate vlogging. I really thought about doing like airplane review videos because I'm a very detail-oriented person, and I like to compare stuff. Like when I was comparing food and noodles, like describing the flavors. Well, this is more chewy in texture, and this is more spicy, and this is that. You know, this is a better price point. Like, I'm a very analytical person. I feel like that could be fun. Also, talking about money. You know, my pay on YouTube has been so bad because I've been doing food-based. If I did travel videos or airplane reviews, it sounds a little businessy. Maybe I could actually make more money. Not to say I didn't make good money. I did make good money. I'm happy. You know, I'm not crying poor over here. Even though I'd be like, help me, I'm poor. I'm just being funny. But in terms of actually having a better CPM, maybe that could be my next thing. I don't know. And it might be interesting seeing, you know, crazy Nikocado now doing airplane reviews, like something different. I don't know. I thought about doing that, but it's very expensive. There's a lot of cost up front, especially if you're reviewing first class, and then you have to risk your life going up into the air. All the planes are coming down now. I don't know if I really want to go up into the air that often. And I swell. I have a swelling problem. My body's going to be horrible. But the other thing I'm thinking about, the thing I want to do, I've never collaborated, hint, hint, hint. I thought about maybe, I don't know, could you imagine flying around the country to collaborate, but then filming the airplane videos and like double dipping? Like, all right, I'm going to Utah, saw this guy, we're gonna collaborate, but I'm gonna film for my YouTube channel, the airplane, review the airplane, and then we're gonna get it on. I don't know. Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Like every time you see me on an airplane on YouTube, be like, he's off to go get some. Could you imagine? Be like, I just booked a trip to France. People in pairs, run, hide. Nikocado's coming. I don't know. That could be funny. I thought about that. I also thought about doing a podcast for the longest time, but also not. I really don't know what to talk. See, I talk and I run my mouth and I'm just being silly and I'm answering dumb questions, but it's not podcast worthy. And to have a successful podcast, A, you need guests, which I really don't want to interact with that many people. I don't know. Not on like I just don't, really. Like, I'd rather collab with the people that I already know and trust, that I've built relationships with and put. Okay, I have 4 minutes. Let's try to wrap this up. What was I trying to say? I don't even know. Something about traveling and getting on and, I want my hair to come back before I do that. I won't be. I don't know. And maybe I won't. I find bald guys cute. I actually think guys that have like the receding crown missing, I find it so hot, especially from the back. I don't know. I like older. I always have, but especially like daddy, you know. Actually, every single person I've ever dated was older. Every single person except for Orlin. Every single person's been older. Yeah, I've always liked older. But what was I talking about? Oh, podcasts. Yeah, and I thought, I thought about doing a Carly Steele. Did I mention this already? Yeah, we're not doing one together because she's in Canada. It would just not work out tax-wise. Or you make money in Canada, I owe money to Canada, or she makes money here. It's just kind of complicated that way. And also I had to fly there every week, risk catching a cold or getting sick and then infecting her family. Or that we thought about doing it online over the internet, but it's just not as fun and it's just not as exciting, and very few people do it that way without looking like a green screen background, which looks ghetto. As we said, it just looks crappy. It's just not the same, and people always know when you're not in the same room. It's just, and so then I'm like, oh, and she's like, oh, you can do it by yourself because you can speak and stuff, you can talk, and you have interesting ideas. But I also, the things I talk about are not like, how would I title this video if I didn't call it Seafood Boil? What would I even talk? I mean, I guess it only works if I'm talking about something of a person who's already, like Trisha Paytas. I mentioned her. She's popular. Put her name. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to be a coat writer. Like, so many people are coat writing me. People coattail, you know what I'm talking about. Like, they just ride your coattails. I would rather be original. I feel better that way. I was original, doing my thing. I don't want to just make content talking about people more popular. And, I mean, it's one thing if you give insightful comments, but I have nothing insightful to say. I really don't. Just talking, and I don't want to talk about politics. I don't know anything about politics. I don't want to talk about pop drama. I really don't even know that much about pop drama. I don't even know anything about drama. I just, I did have some opinion with the, what was her name? Roe? Whatever. It's already old news, see, and it's just all stupid stuff. It's like, he said, she said, well, you spoke out of lines. How do people interpret it? It's like the lady's like, I'm offended because you rode a scooter. I'm disabled. And you say you're disabled. Now I'm offended. It's like, at the end, it's going to be like freaking nitpicking, like cherry picking, like just, it really comes down to perspective and how you feel when you interpret stuff based on how secure you are as a person. And that comes down to most conflicts. And that's, I'm just going to repeat myself. It's just like, most arguments online are stupid and silly anyway. If you think about it. It's not even meaningful stuff. And then I think, like, why do I need to do something meaningful and deep when my whole career was shoving shit in my face? Like, the standards are low over here. And then I'm like, I'll just keep doing mukbangs, but I really don't want to get fat again. I could do healthy mukbangs, but it's not the same. Although, there's a way to do it. And seafood boils. I love seafood boils, and they are healthy and they're popular. And B Loves Life made a whole career out of that. I like potatoes. I love fruits and vegetables. I can eat like homemade pastas, dumplings. Oh, dumplings with beef, like homemade stuff. I'm just tired. I'm also very burnt out, and also I'm still recovering from these surgeries. The thought of doing anything, it sounds so difficult. I'm so tired. My body's been ripped open 8 times. I've lost so much blood. I got iron transfusions twice. I'm still on iron meds. I'm just weak. I really can't even travel. I really can't travel. you know, maybe one trip here or there, but I can't just, you know, the whole, oh, fly on an airplane, review the airplane. I can't be traveling every week or every month. That's going to be bad for my heart. I'm going to get blood clots. Like, I need a rest for like a year because of these surgeries. And I didn't know the surgeries were going to happen. I really didn't. I thought the surgeries were going to be later in life. I actually thought I was going to rock. But, you know, rocking the loose skin, I definitely would have loved to do. I thought I could just kind of show it off more. That's honestly what I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to, like, reveal the loose skin finally, and then just, like, jiggle it, knowing in my head I'd eventually get it chopped off, but then I'd have all this funny content to look back on years and years of me having, like, the big old apron and all the jiggle-jaggle. But, the surgeries were like, boom, we can schedule you for next week. I'm like, oh, next week? Okay, let's do it, now or never. So that threw everything out of whack, and now I can't really travel. So, I mean, I could take a trip if I wanted, but not. I mean, how do you run a channel doing airplane review videos every week, every month? I don't want to post once a month. It'd have to be every week at least. I can't fly 4 times in a month, so it's just like, I just need to sit and relax, and then it's like a brainstorm. I don't know. Part of me feels like, you know, every ship has to sail. Yeah, the thought that like people even need to hear from me ever again. It's like people got their thing. My peak was right when I quit, actually. I stepped away at the height of my career. I stepped away where, oh man, the amount of subscribers I was getting and the views. This was after Penguins and Corey Kenshin, Meat Canyon. This was like a year or two after. It was right when I quit. I had the biggest month of my life. And I'm like, nope, I gotta keep my word. I was a little sad, actually. The video is on Nikocado too. It's called My Last Day. And I filmed my last day, walking away behind the scenes without clothes on, sitting in my bedroom. I just filmed it. It's on YouTube. Nikocado 2, the last day. And I was a little sad. I remember I screamed at that video, and I was like, no, I want more Popeyes. But, you know, like what I said about Candy Godiva, you know, people change when they're ready, and I was ready, but I wasn't ready any other day until that moment. To be like, nope, my foot's going down. And sometimes you're ready, you try and you fail, and you try again, you fail, and sometimes it takes 10 times to get it. That's life. But that's everyone's individual journey, and that's definitely not for me to tell her what to do. I don't care what she does. She could stay the exact same size until the very end. I don't care. And people say, well, that means you don't care about her. No. Have you never had a relationship ever? Or are you that alienated of a person where you just micromanage and control all of your relationships, your environment? Or are you that insecure or that superior where you can't be friends with someone who's doing something so horrible as like overeating? Like you're not friends with anyone who drinks alcohol? Like you don't have friends that are vegan, or you don't have friends that are carnivores? You don't have any friends that smoke cigarettes? Like, oh, I could never do such a thing. It means I'd be enabling it. You know, hanging out with someone at the bar and letting them smoke, that means I'm giving them the stamp of approval. I'm not that person. I'm friends with people for different reasons in all different walks of life. And you can shove it up. Shove it! Nikocado needs to be a real friend to Candy and tell her how to lose weight. Only mentally unwell people say stuff like that, by the way. I was actually talking to my uncle about this, and he's just like, Nick, you have to realize the people that sit on YouTube and talk about this type of stuff are actually weird people. Maybe that's why I only get 1% of comments. Like if I get 200,000 views on a video, or 100,000 views on a video, and I get 1,000 comments, that means 99% of people didn't comment. Maybe those are the normal people, and we only hear from the crazies in the comments to leave a comment telling you what to do and how to feel. All right, shout out to everyone for this Q&A. I just addressed all the mentally unwell people. I'm totally rambling right now. But it's been good to hang out, but I have to say goodbye. The back of my throat is hurting from talking so much. But I said I'd make a long Q&A, and here's your long Q&A. So thank you to everyone who supports my channel. And I don't even know what to say. Thank you. I'll see you for another video sometime soon. It was nice hanging out with you guys. Please leave a comment if you want to hear about the whole weight loss thing. I'm really just don't want to be preachy, but I don't know. If I get enough people saying it, maybe I will. And also leave a comment if you want to see me collab with the people that I've collabed with in the past, like the OGs, you know, from back in the day. I'd be willing to. That could be kind of fun. And maybe you can tell me what it is you want to see from me. I just have a feeling most people just want to see mukbangs. And most people who comment, again, the 1%, they're just going to be like, eat healthy food, we don't care. You know? So it's really not up to anyone but me. That's how life goes, isn't it? Everything's up to you. Bye. Click the link below and get yourself a cameo where I'll make a special video just for you. Treat yourself or surprise someone else. It makes a great gift. Link below.